turning point for getting our community leaders engaged with what we were doing was when we shared with them that the data proved what we were saying. Our teenagers, our 12th graders particularly, were drinking, their 30-day use was higher than the state average. And another thing that got them as well was that we were sharing with them that our kids said that alcohol is very easy to obtain, and they do most of their drinking at their friends' houses and on the weekends, and particularly at parties. And we started delving into that parents were actually hosting these parties for the kids, taking their keys so that they would be safe, making them spend the night. And they were doing all of that because they did care about their kids. They wanted them to be safe, and they thought that was the best thing to do. So we went further than that and did education on what happens at these parties, where the parents did not know that these things were happening because they went upstairs and shut the door and didn't know until the next morning when there was beer cans around and so forth, some of the things that took place. But when they found out these things, the sexual assaults, the risky things that the teens were doing, chugging, all the binge drinking, it made a difference to them.
I had gotten involved with Fayette Factor and AV Pride in the underage drinking issue before I became an elected official. And as a parent, I witnessed that my son would go out to the homes of some of his friends, and on weekends he'd come back, and it was obvious to me he had been drinking, and he would offer up the excuse that so-and-so's parent offered him a little wine or beer and things like that. And that's when it became quite prevalent to me that we did have a problem with some parents that understand that they were leading in their child, potentially leading their child into addiction and just developing a habit of underage drinking, that they didn't realize that they were breaking the law. And so it's something that I take personal, and I really appreciate where we've come from.
The thing that got me motivated was the shootings, where we had these parties that get out of control. They may start with good intentions, somebody's birthday, and they get out of control, and the wrong people show up, because it's going to happen, because these kids have cell phones and they have different friends, and people show up and it's a good time, until maybe you get different rival gangs, different rival schools. And today, unfortunately, we hear about it all the time. There can be firearms there, and that's what we saw, and we were looking for that tool to deal with those situations, maybe before they got there, hopefully.
Since we've passed the social host ordinance, there's been very, very little kickback, because we spent a lot of time beforehand educating our community leaders, our parents, our youth, and just the community at large about the reality of what happens when teens drink.
The education is a critical aspect of the social hosting ordinance. We're not trying to intentionally be punitive, but to bring it to the parents, the adults' attention that that it exists, and it's all of our responsibility to curb and potentially eliminate it.
Law enforcement just needs this as a tool and doesn't need to use it every time. It can be a deterrent. It can be, it's an ordinance. It's not a crime. This is not going to give somebody a criminal history, but it'll hit people just like a traffic citation does. It hits people in their pocketbook. And then if they continue to abuse it, it's something where you can go hit harder and with jail time, community service, and different things like that.
This issue goes way back, in this county, and we were swimming in the sea of denial when it came to drug and alcohol use of our young people. And so it's been a problem back in the 90s when I first came to this county. So to get where we are, I think having that funding that we got in 2011, funding and putting our leaders together and collaborating and working together as a community really fast forwarded us, propelled us to where we are now. And being able to work together as partners, has made all the difference in the world.
We still have some things to do, but I think it indicates that we are a progressive community that want to work together to make sure that everyone is educated.